We all have today gathered here on top of this beautiful mountain to celebrate the resurrection of Christ. It's very significant for Sahajogis to understand the great event of his resurrection, by which he showed that the spirit does not die. He was the Omkara, he was the Logos, and he was the Spirit. That is why he could walk on the water. And also, now we have made a film where we have shown how the Muladhara, which shows the carbon atom, as clearly, if you see from right to the left, you find a proper swastika there, and left to the right, we see Omkar. But when you see from down below upward, what you see is Alpha and Omega. That proves beyond doubt that Christ, as he said, I am the Alpha and I am the Omega, shows clearly that he was the incarnation of Sri Ganesh. It's a scientific proof we have now with us, and that's how we can tell people that it's a fact. I don't know at the time of Christ, this Alpha and Omega was known to the mathematicians, but definitely to him, when he said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. His was an incarnation, very remarkable and very important for our ascent. If he had not resurrected himself, we could not have achieved our ascent at all. So it's a great contribution. The resurrection of Christ is evident now in your own life. What you were before and what you are today. It is such a change, such a difference, such a transformation. It is his own sacrifice on the cross and his own beautiful resurrection has created a way for all of us to get into this new transformed state. In this state is a different story for human beings and a different for Christ. Christ was himself, was holiness or purity. So, his resurrection is nothing but just a physical happening, we can say, because he did not need transformation. He did not have to go through any cleansing. But what happened in his case was that he became resurrected from death. Symbolizes the life of human beings without spirituality is like a death. Because they do everything without any understanding about the totality, about the reality, about the absolute truth. Whatever they do ultimately takes them to their destruction. Even the religions which are established by these great incarnations are absolutely on a decline. You do not find any trace of religious life with all those people who claim that they are the ones who can represent those incarnations. If you see in a subtle way, it's very painful also that in the name of all these great incarnations, the kind of work people are doing, the activities that they take to, is something impossible because they have no fear of God. In the name of God, they are doing all these horrible things all over the world. Of course, here you can say Catholic Church has been exposed. Everywhere people are seeing all these false things have been exposed. But these false things they have used under a garb of God, spirituality and beauty. That's the best way you can hide all the cruelty, all the violence, all the ugliness. This is how they have worked it out. And it has gone into such a state that you do not find the slightest even tinge of religious life among these people. Like all the thieves of the world, all the great crooks of the world, and all the intriguers of the world has taken over. It's only because what was written in all the books, on all the scriptures, that you have to seek yourself, was never done. You have to know yourself, was never done. How many times Christ has said, know thyself. He also said that you are to be born again. So immediately they take a certificate, I am born again, and start taking advantage of that kind of a certificate. But they don't think that actually what benevolence it has given them. At the most they might have made some money, at the most they might have had some superficial powers. But it has done nothing, if you see, from innate nature. One must pity their insanity, the way they have taken to Christ's life or to anybody else's life of such a noble and a higher value system, and are doing all very low-graded things. In Sahaja Yoga now, you have transformed yourself. I would say your Kundalini has done the job. But still, the difference between Christ and you is this, that you are coming from that environment, that style of life, that kind of thinking, which was all for your destruction. Everything, if you see now, is for your destruction. So when you are coming out of it, still these things hang over. Still you get affected by them. Even when you are rising higher and higher, you find suddenly you are again pushed down to some sort of a funny situation, to some sort of a degrading things. Of course, sometimes you are shocked at yourself. Sometimes you accept all that. So for a Sahaja Yogi, it is very important that after coming to realization, he has to be very introspective. Instead of seeing the bad of others, he should try to see what is bad within himself. It's very important that you have to know how far you are going towards your spirituality. Because Christ did not need this. He did not have to even introspect himself. He was something which was beyond any corruption. And for him, it was just a physical transformation in the sense that from he died and then he resurrected himself. But for us, it is very different. We are now Sahajogis, but we were ordinary human beings. We had no light within us. Now the light comes within us and we see the light. Then what do we become? We have to become the light itself. Christ was the light. He did not have to become. We have to become the light. And now you have to guard on the way this light might get disturbed, might be reduced, or maybe completely extinguished. So carrying on yourself with this light, first thing you should know that if you see the light is not proper, means you are not the light. You have to become the light. When you are the light, then in that light you can easily see how your mind works, what ideas it gives, what affects your mind while you are ascending. Is this the worry, or is this the responsibility that you have, or is this from the bad habits you had, that there is an impediment in your growth as a spiritual personality? So you have to guard yourself all the time and see for yourself how you are progressing. It's a very beautiful journey, very, very beautiful journey. Yesterday I was very much happy to hear the song of the Russians who describe about the journey of Kundalini. This is true, no doubt, that you are a realized soul. Basically, you were not a realized soul. But now, you are a realized soul. You are an evolved state. Now, what is missing is the idea that we are absolutely all right and nothing can harm us, nothing can bring us down. If you develop such a egoistical idea, it's not going to help you at all. What you have to do is to all the time introspect yourself. That's what is meditation for. To see for yourself how you are keeping up your spiritual ascent. No one else can do it. It's your own individual work.